Hi, I'm here with Pigeon Deep for an update on an interview that we did recently with the Aaron Glasscock calls on Facebook. We were asking you to go on there and learn a little about Aaron, Pigeon's son, who is in federal prison. But since our last interview, there's been some positive developments.
Yes, it has. That 2-point reduction passed the Judiciary Committee. Now we just have to wait to see if they're going to make it retroactive, and they're supposed to vote on that in June. And if it does, that's when it affects Aaron. It will go through the same process. It goes to the Judiciary Committee, and unless Congress votes it down, it will go into effect November 1st of this year, 2014. And anyway, we'll wait and see on that. But according to what I've read and from my sources and everything, Congress voting down a recommendation has only happened one other time. So since it was unanimous in that last vote, I really don't look for it to be a problem for it to go retroactive. But there's a lot of stuff going on in Washington, D.C. You all need to really pay attention and watch, especially if you have loved ones in prison, because they're really talking about how to reduce the nonviolent offenders in there. And as I was telling you a minute ago, Gary, there is one now that they're trying to, Eric Holder was talking about it, which is our general attorney, or our attorney general. I got that backwards, dyslexic here. And he wants the nonviolent drug offense cut in half for everybody that's in there. And if that were to happen, Aaron would definitely be home now.
He's been in there served time. Let's recap for a minute. Aaron had a 25-year sentence.
Actually 30.
30-year sentence, okay, for transporting drugs over state lines, right? Okay.
Right.
And because it was a federal case, that's why.
Right.
Because if it had been a state issue, if it had been in Kentucky, it would only have been how long for that kind of?
It'd been a whole lot less. In the states, you only serve a certain amount. He would have been home a long time ago. Because
it was federal, he's been in federal prison and was sentenced for 30 years. So now the Attorney General is saying, you know, since he has been a model prisoner,
correct,
and others like him, they're trying to get those sentences reduced.
Right.
And maybe get them online with what would be a state, you know, just because it was over a state line, made it a federal case. So the 2-point reduction, that the Judiciary Committee voted on that, and that is something that would go into effect from here forward as it stands, correct?
Yes.
So that wouldn't help Aaron because he's already in prison, but hopefully in June they'll do it retroactively, which will then affect him. Now, how would that affect him? Would that mean he would come home, or would that mean
it would knock off almost 6 years of his sentence, just that one.
And how many years has he been?
He's been in 15 years.
15.
And his out date is 2025. So that would put it at 2019, and then they're talking about increasing the good time to more if they have no problems while they're in there. So if they do that, that will make it even less. And I'm not sure on the exact, because he told me he miscalculated and I didn't get an exact date on that. But which our best chance would be the cut it in half by Eric Holder, or the commutation, the reduction of the sentence that we have sent in to ask President Obama for, and that goes through the U.S. Pardon Attorney.
Right. So last time we were here, we were talking about sending letters.
Correct.
So there's lots of different things going on here. That has to do with the commutation through the President's office. So you're still looking.
We're still working on that. We're still getting letters. We are still sending letters every day, and to make sure they keep seeing that name.
Right.
And Eric Holder said that he wasn't worried about the huge amount of commutations that they'll start receiving since there's so much chatter in Washington. that they would pull in criminal defense attorneys and, you know, anybody they need to go over these requests to get those to Obama so that he can reduce the sentences. And anyway, that's what we're hoping for. And we just keep sending a letter every day so that his name keeps popping up every day.
Right, to keep seeing Aaron Glasscock on there, right?
Yes, that's what we're doing.
So
we even have letters that if somebody's unsure how to write one, we do have letters, and I do have them here at my workplace. If anybody wanted one, or my sister Teresa has some. My daughter Jeannie has some in her work. And it's basically a sign and put your address on there. One of Aaron's real good friends went through and wrote different types of letters because so many people were saying, I don't know what to say. I don't know, you know, what to do. I don't know how to do this. So she wrote different ones, and basically all you have to do is sign your name in support along with your address.
Great. So a couple different angles that are being worked to hopefully get Aaron Glasscock home. And again, you can go on Facebook and find out more about this too at Aaron Glasscock Calls on Facebook.
That's correct.
And we'll keep you informed too on any more developments that come about.
Yes, we
So
will.
right now, other than the commutation, which is something that can just happen, you don't know really, there's no set time on that, just wait and see on that one. But the other ones, the next movement would be in June.
Right.
For the other
It'll
one.
be in June.
Okay. And the bill that is for cutting them in half is kind of up in the air as well. We don't know a time frame or if that will
We have
even
not
be
been
considered
giving a hearing date. They are asking now for people's opinions on that, and which I get mine on Facebook at Prisology, Prisology, and it's open to the public. And they are just absolutely fantastic in keeping you informed as to exactly what's going on. In fact, that day that they had the vote, they had it on Twitter and Facebook. They were sitting in there. You weren't allowed to, you know, telecast it live, but he was in there. One of them were in there with the phone and keeping everybody updated as it was going and voting and everything, exactly what was going on. And as soon as it happened, we knew. You know, it wasn't any waiting for a press release or anything like that. So Facebook has just been the biggest blessing there ever was, really, to us as far as getting that information quick. Because like this information with Eric Holder and all that, they send me, as soon as it comes out, they send it to us. They send it to Aaron. They send it to anybody that wants it to be sent to. All you have to do is sign up for it, and you basically know.
That's great. Great. Well, hopefully we'll know more in the very near future. And again, you can send those letters to Pigeon, or you can go on Aaron Glasscock Calls on Facebook and find out more information too if you'd like to send a letter.
That's correct.
Thank you.
That's correct. Thank you, Gary. You've been a big supporter, and we appreciate it.
Hopefully we'll have really good news coming up very shortly.
Yes, hopefully Aaron will be sitting here.
That's right, and we'll do an interview there.
There you go.
Thank you. All right, this has been Gary White for Central Kentucky Television.